All right, well, welcome everybody to the Bookmap Onboarding webinar. So I'm Bruce. I'll take you through the process here. This is for those that are new to Bookmap, want to get up and running, have questions really on anything. And we're here to help you and guide you through the process. So our agenda today is going to log into bookmap.com, download uh, the app, and we're going to install it and we're going to run it. And then we're going to go through data, and you might have a lot of questions about data. So we're going to talk about the delayed data, paid data, and then full depth, and then add a symbol. And we're going to go through other resources for more information, and then live analysis and Q&A. All right, so this is an image we just put together recently, and it very, very clearly, well, in my mind, the goal here is as we go through maybe the live market analysis, is start to understand this relationship between these very simple elements that Bookmap is showing here between supply and demand. Okay, right now I'm only showing one part of the supply and the demand, and that is the passive limit orders. The supply up here, these are limit sell orders. The demand down here are limit buy orders, and you can see how important it is to understand what you're looking at here in Bookmap. This is basic economics of supply and demand. You've probably seen this, remember this image from your Economics 101 course. But we start to understand this in the auction process, and we've really got an edge here. All right, so let's jump in here, and let me quit the presentation for a moment and go to bookmap.com. All right, and then we're going to log in. Okay, so if you now since you're attending this event, we assume that you've already logged in, or have an account here. If you haven't, you can sign up right here, and then you'll log in here, and this will take you, once you log in, it'll take you back to the portal here, and then here is where you're going to download Bookmap. Now, you may find it also from the welcome page, a link to download Bookmap, or the thank you page, or from an email. All right, so or you can log into the portal and download Bookmap here. You can always do that, and you can see very simply here, what's your system? Okay, so click on that and select either Mac, Windows, or Linux, and then select your version of Bookmap, production or beta. In this case, we have a beta version if you want. And then you just click on download, okay? And this will download Bookmap for you, okay? You'll save it to your hard drive, and then you will install it, and you'll run through the wizard that will take you through the process installing Bookmap. Once you've installed it, you can see I have the desktop icon here for Bookmap, and I'm just going to double click on it and open it up. Okay, so this is, we'll get to the run options window here. Okay, there might be some updates or some information here. This is the run options window here. And what this is showing is if you want to run in simulation mode, meaning that you can trade from the Bookmap chart, but any trading will only take place within Bookmap itself. It won't be outside of Bookmap. You won't be routing orders or anything like that. Okay, it's a great simulator. The trading mode here is you will have to have Global Plus for this, which will allow you to trade and route your trading activity to your broker, or maybe you're trading from a demo account that's on your broker's server, or you might be using one of these prop trading firms like Top Step Trader, Apex, or Bullnox, or whatever it might be. You will use live trading mode here for your run option. There's another one in here called replay mode. So let me show you how this works with replay mode. You can replay files that you record from Bookmap, but we're going to go into trading mode here, and I'm not going to load my previous opened workspace, but I would highly recommend that you do that once you save your workspace. It'll just save you a couple steps when you start Bookmap. And now here's where you can record your live data, and I can record my live orders, my trading activity here by selecting these boxes here, okay? It will record it, and then what that will allow me to do is go back into replay mode later and trade it. Or load it, and then I can debrief, I can trade, etc. All right, so let's open up Bookmap. And I've got some other add-ons and things in here. Okay, so now it's opened up Bookmap. There's, you can see it says right away, I'm not connected to any platform in here. All right, so regarding data, there's a few different things to consider with your data. All right, you can connect to your broker. For futures, you can purchase Bookmap data or Rhythmic data or DX feed for futures. For stocks, you can get DX feed from the bookmap.com website. For crypto, there are many different ways to connect, and all of that is free from Bookmap, and I'll show you how to do that. All right. So anyway, for more information on connecting to your broker, you'll need to go to the pricing page and take a look at some of the supported feeds, and then how to connect to your broker. All right, and then you will need Bookmap Global Plus for that version. All right, so now we've got Bookmap open, and the first thing we're going to do is connect to data. All right, so we'll go up to connections here, and we're going to configure a new connection. So go to configure, click on that, and then what you're going to do is you're going to add a connection. Okay, now I'll just I'll remove my Bookmap data connection here, and I'll add that. All right, so we'll add connection, and then I need to select here from the platform dropdown Bookmap data. So I'll scroll down here a little bit, and here it is right here, Bookmap data. Okay, select that, and there's really nothing more I need to do here. Now, if you don't have Bookmap data, you'll need to get it from the website. What you can do is go into bookmap.com, and you log in, let me bring it up here. Okay, you log in, and then you're going to there will be a link on the side here to connect to your or to add or upgrade, and then you can get your data from there. All right. Now, if we'll go, I'll also show you more about this, but let's just get connected first, and then I can go through a little bit more detail. We're good to go here. So I'm just going to use price default. My connection's all set up. Click OK. Right now I go back to connections, and now Bookmap data is up here, and I'll put a check in the box. Okay, and it says no instrument is selected. Click the plus button at the top left to subscribe to an instrument. Okay, so that's this button here. We'll click on that, and then from the platform drop down here, I'll select Bookmap data, and then the type I'm going to look for futures. And then the exchange. Okay, so this is actually COMEX for gold, but let's go with the CME here. I'm going to just click on the drop down and scroll down or scroll up. And you can see that we have all sorts of symbols in here. But we're going to select the ES. Okay, ES5 and ES5M is the current symbol. We'll select that. Oh, I'm sorry, it's H. We'll select that, and we're good to go. Click subscribe. Okay, and you can see it pops up here in the upper left, and it loads data. All right, so I'm up and running using Bookmap now for futures in Bookmap data. All right, so I can scroll using my mouse wheel to kind of zoom in and out, and we'll check out some of the price action here in just a minute. Might be an opportunity down at the bottom edge here. Anyway, let's go back and go through the different types of data. Okay, so now we connected to Bookmap data here. You can also connect to Rhythmic and also DXFeed for futures, but let's connect to stocks now. Okay, so I'll come back up to connections, and you can see I already have DXFeed here. We already went through the process, but if you need to go through it again, just click on Configure, add your connection, and then you'll select DXFeed in your connection here. Okay, once you subscribe to it from bookmap.com. All right, once you've done that, then you'll see it up here, select the box, and then the plus tab pops up here. Let's click on that, and we'll select from the dropdown DXFeed. And then you can see I have a list here already from the dropdown. And we can look at SPY, or we can look at Tesla, or whatever it might be. Let's actually look at NVIDIA, since that's been pretty topical just in the last few days. And then we'll click subscribe. Okay, 1 hour of historical data here. You can click on that. You can get more than that, but we'll just go with 1 hour here for now. All right, and you can see in the upper left-hand corner, see how it says it's loading here in the red text. Right now, if you see up in the upper left-hand corner here, it says that this is delayed data, then you haven't subscribed yet to data for Bookmap. Okay, DXFeed, Rhythmic, Bookmap data does not matter. You will need to subscribe to live data first. That is, it's an additional subscription that you'll need. Okay, so now you can see that NVIDIA has loaded, and then here it is. So we can kind of zoom out a little bit, and actually I'm going to click on this button here, and we're going to add a little bit more historical data here, and see what NVIDIA looks like. Looks like it's very poised to trade to this 127 right now. So I'd look for that to transact in a few minutes or less. All right. So let's go back here to presentation. All right. So we've covered now connecting to stocks, futures. Now let's go over crypto. All right. So we'll come up here, and from connections, we can see, well, I don't really, I have Binance up here. That's about it. Let's configure a new connection here. All right, so we'll go to add connection. And then from the drop down here, let's see, should I go with Coinbase Pro? Yeah, let's do that. And I don't have an account, so I don't need it. But you can see that you can put in your keys here and connect to your account directly if you want. Okay, click OK, come back up here, select Coinbase Pro. Login failed. All right. So actually, let's try another one. All right, so let's go with, we'll add a new connection in here. And I think I'll go with, let's see here, Bybit. And we'll click OK. And I've got another connection issue here. All right. All right, so Let's try one more here. So it's not working directly here, but I've actually got it here within Bookmap data. We're a data provider not only for futures and soon stocks as well, but we're going to look at Bookmap data in here and click on the type here. We're going to click on perpetual, and we're going to use the multi-book product here. Okay, and we'll look at BTC USDT, and you can see I'm actually connecting here to three different symbols: Binance Futures, Bybit, and OKEX. All right, and let's click OK, and then click subscribe. All right, and it's loading that symbol now here too. And there it is. All right, so we're up at 102,000 in Bitcoin. The perpetual. All right, so that's it. We're up and running. And let me see here if there's anything else that wanted to cover for connections. No, not really. So at this point, were you able to get connected to Bookmap? Okay, let's go through the Q&A at this point and open it up to everybody. Do you have any questions? And what about connecting to NinjaTrader? Yeah, that's a good question, Hargan. What you can connect to a NinjaTrader. Now you can actually connect via the API of Ninja, which is through the what do they call it? Ninjacator, right? However, we don't support that any longer. Okay, that's the way we used to do it, and we still offer it. We suggest that you reach out. You probably have Ninja Brokerage, and ask them for another connection with Rhythmic. Switch over to Rhythmic and ask them for another a connection to Rhythmic. Okay, they will provide that to you, and then you can come up here and make a new connection, and then with Rhythmic, just the same method that I just showed you. Okay, and then add it that way. That would probably be the best. And if that doesn't work for you, well, I mean, you can also use CQG. We just suggest we like the Rhythmic data. It offers market by order data. So does Bookmap data. Offers market by order data, which we can get into another time. But it's metadata, and you can look at other things like stops and icebergs, etc. You will need additional add-ons, though. You cannot trade Forex. You will not be able to look at crosses, exotic crosses like pound yen, etc. Okay, there is no centralized exchange in Forex. They do not have depth data or anything reliable for depth data, nor do they have anything quite reliable for volume. Not like the CME or NASDAQ or whatever. All right. So what you can do instead, though, is you can connect to Bookmap data, and then here we'll open it up here. We'll add a new symbol here. Okay. So click on the subscribe. We're already connected to Bookmap data. We'll look at futures, and then in here you can look at the currency futures. All right. So the euro dollar, for example, we'll look at the 6E. Okay, and that'll be the H contract for March of 2025. That's the symbol, and we'll click subscribe. Okay, if you want to look up the 6B, that will be your pound dollar. You can look up all of the dollar indexed currency futures. All right, so it's not dollar yen, it's yen dollar for the futures, but anyway, yeah, you can look up your Aussie dollar, your Kiwi, whatever it is that has a dollar base to it. All right, let me see if there's any other questions in here. Okay, over on YouTube. Nope. All right. All right. So is everyone, were you able to follow along and get up and running here? Or is anyone still having any issues here? All right. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. There is a few questions here in Discord. Yep. Sorry about that. Thanks, Dan. Okay, the B3 icebergs. Well, this is something that will work for the Brazilian markets only. All right, will not be working in the crypto markets. Yeah, you can ask away whatever questions that you guys have here. I'm across 3 different platforms. Let's see. Where's the Q&A function in Zoom? I guess we got that one answered. We got the chat, and let's see. Is there participants? And I think that's it, right? Just the chat. Yeah. Okay. Uh, all right. It looks like there's no more questions. All right. So, well, let's go back to the presentation for just a moment here, and then jump back into this image right here. Okay, which is really the core of Bookmap. Okay, being able to understand this context of the passive supply and demand with the aggressive supply and demand, right? So I'm throwing a lot of terminology around here, but just look at this heat map here. These are buyers down here below current price. These are limit buy orders. They transact. We see aggressive buyers, the market buy orders, take the market a little higher, take it a little higher, take it a little higher. Sellers trade into this liquidity down here, and then the buyers come raging out of that area back up to supply limit sell orders here. All right, so let's jump into Bookmap and take a look at that. And we can look at this in any market. It really doesn't matter. Crypto is a little bit more difficult because there's so much algo activity. But this is supply up here. There's 683 coins up here at this 103 700 level. Okay, and then you can see quite a bit of liquidity down at these levels here. But they pulled it away. So they pulled it here, but they added it back in here as well. Okay, so let's see, Daryl, you've got more. You got another question in here. Okay. Use Bookmap today. You notice sometimes there would be a big green circle, yet price would move down, or vice versa. Yeah, so it's actually possible for the market to move up on more sell volume. And we actually are in the midst of creating some content for that. Typically, it's not the case. Typically, it's very much like this. You can see that there's big green dots here driving price higher because these are the market buy orders taking liquidity and then moving price higher. However, maybe I can find a good example here in the ES, right? And we'll zoom in here a little bit. Or maybe we'll zoom out. Yeah, maybe up over here. Okay, so what's going on over here? You can see when I zoom in, it kind of breaks it down for you. You can see that, well, actually, maybe this was aggregated and it looks like a bigger red dot in here as price comes up. But you can see it kind of gives you the story here of what unfolded. There were more buyers here that moved price up. There were more buyers in here that also moved price up. Then the sellers here moved price down. Okay. So it's possible, though, for price to move up into high liquidity, or maybe they're going into iceberg orders, and you see big or you see kind of a small green dot as price moves up, and then it trades back down, and there's tons of sellers hitting into very, very high liquidity. Okay. Or maybe there's an iceberg order there, and price cannot drop because what is supporting it there is tons of demand, passive orders. Okay, either iceberg orders or passive orders in the order book, or both. And then so they can't move price, and then it does not take much for price to float back up. Okay, because they found all the sellers. And then you'll just see that there's very little buying, but you'll see sellers again, and then very little buying, and then sellers again, and then very little buying, and price moves up on more selling in the overall. That's what's going on. All right, I hope that answered your question, Daryl. Let me know. And let's see. Okay, yeah, you'll see it. In fact, we're going to have some content that uh, will answer that for you. We saw a really good example. I don't know, like a month or two ago. Break-even point indicator, sweeps indicator data for crypto. It should work. So yeah, it shouldn't be an issue. So let's jump over to crypto. Now, for the sweeps indicator, you will need to have Bookmap Global Plus. Okay, it's available only with Global Plus, right? So let's show it though, and I can add it right here. Here's absorption, and where is my sweeps? Here it is. All right, you can see it's adding it. All right, I've got it filtered here right now. So actually, let's get rid of that filter. Let's look for one. Yeah, now we got too many. Let's look for 10. Okay, there you go. Okay, so this right here, this is a book sweep. All right. Now this may or may not be a stop run, but it's certainly a book sweep. Okay, so all of these, it's kind of hidden in here because all the dots in here. Maybe we can filter it some more. All right, maybe we go with 100. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, that filtered all of them out. So let's go with 25. Okay, that looks better. Okay, so you can see that what happened in here with the sweeps was there was a lot of very quick transactions on the buy side. It swept the order book higher. Okay, these are all nothing but buyers here, sweeping up into this liquidity up here. Okay, likely a stop run, like I said. But anyway, that's what it looks like. Yeah, you can add it right here onto your crypto and start to understand these book sweeps into maybe high liquidity or at a top of a range, kind of pop through, knock a bunch of people out, a lot of stops, etc. Yeah. So as you can see, this book sweep here so far, we're down below it a little bit here, but to me this looks like probably a lot of sellers in here were getting stopped out on the way up very, very quickly. Okay, and now let's see if we actually get real sellers coming in here, trying to drive it back down to this level right here. Okay, back down to 102.40 or something. All right. Break even indicator is also here, right here. You can put that on, and then you can trade from the Bookmap chart, and then that will show up. Let's see here. Did we get down to that level? Almost. Okay, so we're getting a bit of a pullback right now. And I won't be able to trade. I'm not able to connect anything at the moment. Anyway, you'll see that you saw it in there, Boris, the break-even indicator. Turn it on, and then start trading from the Bookmap chart. I do not have, I can actually, maybe I can connect to my trading simulator here. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, I won't be able to demo that for you right now. Okay. All right, guys. Any other questions? Getting up and running here. Yeah, there's a lot of noise around this one in crypto because this is actually multi-book. We're connected to, look up here, Binance Futures, Bybit, and OKEx. So 3 different data providers. And you can see it within the dots as well, right? But just zoom out a little bit and it kind of will aggregate them together, right? This is it's a really nice tool, this multi-book, to be able to look at the liquidity and transactions from multiple brokers. All right. Okay. Let's see. Any other questions? No over in Discord, nor in YouTube. We're good to go. Thanks, everybody. We'll do it again next Tuesday if you still have questions. If not, let's go through just a couple of resources to leave off on. Number one is go to bookmap.com. And there's all sorts of resources in here. You can click on education immediately and take you to the learning center here. All right, so there's a getting started course, market mechanics course, strategies and setups. You can see all our live streamers in here, and we have a calendar of events every day. They're in Discord as well as on YouTube. Okay, so click on these events and you can go to our Discord channel right here. Now, our Discord channel, you'll need to, this is our community. And you can go over to our Discord channel. And let me show you just a moment here. And what it will probably take you to first here is the verify area in here. You'll need to verify your bookmap.com email. Once you've done that, you'll have full access to be able to chat, upload things, download things, etc., within our Bookmap community on Discord. It's a great community, so I highly recommend that you go over there. You'll also get a lot of support from other like-minded traders. All right, now there's a few other resources I want to show you. So from bookmap.com, click on the More button here, and there's lots of resources under Resources right here. So the Learning Center I just showed you. Also, the Knowledge Base is another place to go. So click on that, and that will take you to, this is like our user manual or user guide. So you can see it says User Guide here. Here's add-ons. Click on that, and here's your B3 icebergs if you want information on that, someone was asking about, or you can see all sorts of other things. The sweeps indicator as well is in here, all right, right here. So you can find out more information there, or you can go back to the Learning Center and you'll find information on sweeps under add-ons. Okay, now the Getting Started course this will probably be the most helpful, or Getting Connected. But anyway, in the Getting Started course in here, there's all sorts of things to take a look at. Connecting to data is one of them, but chart navigation, displaying elements, volume, the heat map, the columns, these are very short videos. You'll go through these very, very quickly. Also, trading from the Bookmap chart right here, how to set orders in Bookmap, etc. All right. All right, and you can always reach out to support@bookmap.com as well. And we even have a support page there that you can go and visit. Just a minute. Let's just go up here to more and support. Yeah, there's some other resources in here to help you get up and running. Okay. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming. And we'll see you next time. All right. Yep. Take care.